everyone. Have you ever wondered how all living things, from tiny insects to giant whales, got to be so different and amazing? This question puzzled scientists for centuries until one brilliant mind changed everything. Today, we're going to dive into the incredible story of Charles Darwin, the man who unlocked the secret of life's diversity. Get ready for some mind-blowing ideas that will forever change how you see the world and understand the natural wonders around us. Charles Darwin was born in England a very long time ago in 1809. He grew up in a time when most people believed that all living things were created exactly as they are now and had never changed. This was a widely accepted view, often called creationism. But Darwin was a uniquely curious young man. He loved nature and spent a lot of time observing plants, animals, and rocks. From a young age, his passion for the natural world was evident. He was not just a casual observer. He had a deep desire to understand how everything worked. He was a scientist who studies nature, classifying and observing different organisms. He was also a geologist, someone who studies rocks and the Earth's physical structure, looking at how mountains form and rivers flow. And importantly, he was a biologist, a scientist dedicated to the study of life itself, from microscopic cells to complex ecosystems. His innate curiosity, combined with his meticulous observation skills, would eventually lead him on an adventure that would shake up the world of science and our fundamental understanding of life. When Darwin was just 22 years old, something truly amazing and life-changing happened. He received an invitation to join a ship called the HMS Beagle. This ship was preparing for a very long 5-year journey around the world, specifically tasked with surveying the coast of South America and charting distant lands. Imagine the excitement and awe of spending 5 years sailing the vast open oceans, exploring new, untouched land, discovering incredible creatures that no European had ever seen before. It was an opportunity of a lifetime. Darwin, with his thirst for knowledge and adventure, excitedly accepted this extraordinary offer. This trip was not just a leisurely vacation. It was a rigorous scientific expedition that would fundamentally change his life, sharpen his scientific mind, and ultimately redefine our entire understanding of life itself and its origins. During this incredibly long and challenging voyage, Darwin was exceptionally busy. He observed everything with great detail and precision. He meticulously collected thousands of plant specimens, a vast array of animal species, and numerous fossils, which are the preserved remains of ancient life from millions of years ago. He kept incredibly detailed journals and notes about all the different species he encountered. A species, in biological terms, is a group of living things that can successfully reproduce with each other, creating fertile offspring. He began to notice how different geographical environments had strikingly different kinds of animals and plants. For instance, in one part of the journey, he observed giant tortoises, while in other distinct areas, he found much smaller ones. He started to ponder deeply, asking himself why. These distinct differences existed across seemingly similar species in varied locations. This questioning was the very beginning of his revolutionary ideas. One of the most important and influential steps on his epic journey was a remote group of volcanic islands known as the Galapagos Islands. These islands were a natural laboratory, home to many incredibly unique animals that could be found nowhere else on Earth, such as the giant tortoises mentioned earlier and the fascinating marine iguanas, which are the only seagoing lizards in the world. But what truly captured Darwin's attention, sparking a crucial intellectual breakthrough, were the finches, a group of small, unassuming birds with remarkably diverse kinds of beaks. He noticed a peculiar patterned finches on different islands, often just a few miles apart, had distinctly different beak shapes and sizes. Some finches had small, delicate beaks perfect for eating tiny seeds, while others possessed large, strong beaks ideal for cracking open hard nuts. Still others had slender beaks for picking insects from bark. He began to realize that these different beak shapes were not random. They were specific adaptations that helped the birds survive and thrive better in their particular island environments, allowing them to exploit different food sources. This observation was a monumental clue for Darwin. It made him seriously consider how species might change over long periods of time, gradually adapting to their surroundings, or, as he would later term it, evolve. After 5 transformative years at sea, Darwin finally returned to England. He then spent many more years, indeed decades, meticulously analyzing all the observations, specimens, and data he had so carefully collected during his voyage. He tirelessly thought about these patterns and discrepancies. Slowly but surely, he began to develop a truly revolutionary scientific idea called evolution. Evolution, in simple terms, is the overarching concept that all living things change over very long periods of time, not in a single lifetime, but across countless generations. He also came up with an incredibly important mechanism or process for how this change happens: natural selection. Natural selection is like nature's very own impartial way of picking the best survivors. It means that individuals within a species who possess traits or specific characteristics, like a certain beak, shape, or fur color, that help them adapt better to their particular environment, are more likely to survive, find food, avoid predators, and successfully reproduce. Adapting, in this context, means fitting well into your environment, having the right tools for the job. These advantageous and useful traits are then passed down to their offspring, or children, through a process called inheritance, which is the passing of genes and characteristics from parents to their biological descendants. Over many generations, these small beneficial changes accumulate, leading to significant modifications and, eventually, the emergence of entirely new species that are distinct from their ancestors. This was a profound realization. Find 1859, a momentous year in scientific history, Darwin published his groundbreaking and highly influential book, titled On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection, or the Preservation of Favored Races in the Struggle for Life, which is commonly shortened to On the Origin of Species. This seminal book systematically explained his meticulously developed theory of evolution. By natural selection to the entire world, it became an immediate bestseller and was a huge success. But it also, predictably, caused a tremendous amount of controversy. Many people at the time, deeply rooted in religious beliefs, firmly believed that God had created every single species exactly as it is in its present form, and found Darwin's radical ideas to be a profound challenge to their long-held spiritual convictions. However, Darwin's scientific evidence was overwhelmingly strong. Based on years of careful observation and rigorous logical deduction, and his revolutionary ideas gradually gained widespread acceptance within the scientific community, becoming the central organizing principle of biology. Darwin's pioneering work had a truly massive and enduring impact on science, and its influence continues to resonate profoundly even today. His theory of evolution by natural selection is now universally recognized as the cornerstone, the fundamental foundation of modern biology. It provides the essential framework that helps us understand why there are so many incredibly different kinds of life on Earth, how new species arise from existing ones through adaptation, and how all living things, from the smallest bacteria to the largest whales, are intimately connected through a complex web of descent from a common ancestor, an ancient organism from which others have descended over millions of years. His ideas have deeply influenced and shaped a multitude of scientific fields, including medicine, helping us understand disease and develop new treatments, ecology, revealing how organisms interact with their environments, and genetics, showing how traits are inherited and how populations change, Ultimately, Darwin's insights have helped us understand biodiversity, which is the rich variety of life on Earth, and have provided the scientific basis for efforts to protect endangered animals and restore their crucial habitats, ensuring the continued health of our planet. Perhaps most importantly, Darwin's profound work fundamentally changed our view of ourselves, humanity's place in the universe. Before Darwin, many people held the strong belief that humans were completely separate, distinct, and superior to the rest of the animal kingdom. But Darwin, with his meticulous research and fearless conclusions, showed that humans are also an integral part of nature, having evolved like all other living things through the same processes of natural selection and adaptation. His groundbreaking ideas encouraged us to think more humbly about our place in the vast natural world and instilled in us a greater sense of responsibility to protect it and all its diverse inhabitants. It was a paradigm shift in human thought. His enduring legacy reminds us to always maintain our curiosity, to observe the world around us with an open mind, and to relentlessly seek scientific explanations for the countless wonders of life that surround us every single day.